1, 2.
Okay, good to go. All right. First of all, still rolling? Okay, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it all hitting home now that you've done the press conference and you've been surrounded by all of these greats of college football?
You know, the foundation does such a great job. You know, you get a notice in the mail, you get phone calls. Archie, you know, he sends you a greeting. But this is kind of ground zero for the, you know, confirmation process, I guess you would say. And the one thing that is really, really cool is if you're a football player or a coach or whatever, you watch the game. And so all these guys, I watched Toby Gerhardt, played for Jim Harbaugh, my old teammate. I watched, you know, Steve Hutchinson, who played at Michigan, and then of course played in Seattle, and then he wound up playing for the Minnesota Vikings. So I've watched all these guys. I know all these guys, you know, from afar. A bunch of them I do know, like Larry, but at the end of the day, it's really, it's not cool. It's profound that if you do go out and accomplish something special and make an impact, that there is someone that notices, somebody cares, and that is, you know, what the foundation has done. It's basically saying these guys, they were special where they were able to play or coach, and again, this is the confirmation.
I wonder if you could, you mentioned coach, you know, could you talk to your coaches and maybe talk about some coaches that really left a lasting legacy in your life? I'm sure every single one of them, but specific ones stand.
You know, and it obviously, Buddy Ryan used to have this saying. He goes, you know, he would only like praise one of us a week. And I would say, what about me? I had 2 sacks and 10 touchdowns. He goes, hey, I'm from a big family. We can only afford to buy a pair of shoes once a month. Next month it will be your turn to get the pair of shoes. Well, what he's saying is, like, everybody's got to wait their turn. And maybe some of these coaches are waiting their turn. But when I list them, I mean, it's an amazing honor roll. You know, Lou Holtz, Monty Kiffin, Jimmy Johnson, Frank Broyles, the great Harold Horton. A lot of people don't know who he is. Harold Horton had been a part of the Razorback program for over 50 years as a player and coach. I mean, if there's a Hall of Fame, he deserves to be in it. So, and then when I got to the pros, of course, Mike Ditka, Buddy Ryan. So, I on one hand, I'm so lucky that I was able to kind of find this game to play because it suits me. And let's make no pretense. The game of football is about getting violent, knocking people around. That's what makes it great. It's not for everybody. But all of that being said, all of these people that I were able, you know, to interact with in my life's travels, they all had a common denominator: how great the game of football is. And the foundation has done such a magnificent job of not only celebrating that, but identifying who has been really good.
Yeah, you're the 10th player from the University of Arkansas to make it to the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Is it special to be able to represent?
I think they've been playing 130-something years. You know, yes. You know, and I know in my heart that there are a bunch of legendary Razorbacks. When I was a little kid, I would hear their names and Lance Allworth, people like that. So to be a part of that family, you know, it's an amazing accomplishment, I guess. But, you know, I never looked at it as like a finite end of game thing. I want to be, you know, in the Hall of Fame. It was a byproduct. And, you know, in the big picture, if you are dedicated and you know, I mentioned earlier today, I mean, football is a meritocracy. Man, you get what you give. And we had, and the thing that almost kind of embarrasses me is, was I the hardest working guy, you know, the guy that didn't? Maybe not. I had so many teammates that I thought I was letting down if I didn't work as hard as I did. And yet everybody has a